Have you ever pondered the true identities of biblical characters? What if they were not as traditionally depicted in mainstream media? Today we delve into an intriguing perspective. The possibility that figures such as Moses, Aaron, Abraham, King David, King Solomon, the Israelites, and even Yeshua the Christ could be identified as African Americans today. Our journey begins with the book of Acts. Chapter 13, verse 1 introduces us to Simeon, who was called Niger, a term used in Latin to describe someone as black. This is our first indication of the presence of black-skinned individuals in the Bible. Moving forward, we encounter the descriptions of divine figures that align with this perspective. Revelation chapter 1 verses 13 to 15 paints a vivid picture of a figure with hair white like wool and feet resembling burnished bronze. Similarly, in the book of Daniel, chapter 10, verses 5 to 6, a man clothed in linen with arms and legs like polished bronze is described. These descriptions align more closely with the characteristics of an African American individual than any other race. Now let's shift our focus to the Israelites. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verses 48 and 68 prophesy the Israelites' return to Egypt in ships, a striking parallel to the transatlantic slave trade. This prophecy was fulfilled when African Americans were taken from their homes and forced into slavery, aligning them with the biblical Israelites. The book of Luke, chapter 21 verses 21 to 24, further cements this connection. It speaks of Jerusalem being trampled by Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled, a prophecy that aligns with the African diaspora and the struggle for civil rights. Now turning to historical texts, we find more evidence for this perspective. In Babylon to Timbuktu, Rudolph R. Windsor reveals that many black Jews fled to Africa during the Roman-Jewish War. The Forgotten Diaspora, Jewish Communities in West Africa and the Making of the Atlantic World, by Peter Mark and Jose da Silva Horta, further corroborates this, stating that Jewish communities thrived in West Africa before the transatlantic slave trade. Ancient and Modern Britons reveals that black-skinned people were not only present but were also rulers in ancient Europe. Slavery and African Ethnicities in the Americas, Restoring the Links, by Gwendolyn Midlow Hall, provides an in-depth exploration of the African diaspora, further connecting the dots between the biblical Israelites and African Americans. In conclusion, through both biblical and historical texts, we see a compelling case for the identification of biblical characters as African Americans. The biblical descriptions, prophecies, and the historical evidence all point towards a narrative that is far removed from traditional depictions, yet deeply rooted in the shared experiences and histories of African Americans. This perspective not only redefines how we perceive biblical characters, but also provides a richer understanding of history and its profound links to the present.